Welcome back to the deep dive. Ever stop and think, really think, about the words you use? Do they just, pass information along? Or could they be doing something more, maybe shaping reality? Or even bringing some deeper spiritual force into play? Today, we're diving into that exact connection, the link between language and spirit, specifically looking at it through Hegel's philosophy. It's pretty relevant now, actually. Philosophy seems really focused on language these days, the whole linguistic turnaround idea. And, on the flip side, linguistics often bumps up against these huge philosophical questions like, what is language, fundamentally? Or what's its sort of spiritual core?
Absolutely. And the real core idea we're trying to unpack today is this concept that language and spirit are consubstantial, which is a way of saying they're not just connected, they're deeply interwoven, almost like they're made of the same basic spiritual material. For Hegel, you see, language isn't just a handy tool. It's much more profound. It's the way spirit actually, shows up, manifests itself in the world.
Okay, let's unpack that term absolute spirit. It sounds pretty huge. For anyone maybe less familiar with Hegel, what exactly is that? And why is it so key to his ideas about language?
That's a great place to start. Hegel's absolute spirit.
Well, you could see it as the peak of modern philosophy in his view. It's not something static like a final answer. It's described as an absolute activity. Think constant creation, constant unfolding. It gathers up millennia of wisdom, Eastern thought, Greek philosophy, Christian ideas, and synthesizes them into this dynamic, always evolving dialectical process. It's a becoming, not a being.
Right, this constant activity, this unfolding. So where do we fit in human culture, How does that relate to this absolute spirit?
Well, for Hegel, human culture isn't just something we create independently. It's actually a continuous creation of the absolute spirit. He uses the term Bildung, which means something like formation, creation, organization. It's a spiritual process. Culture is basically how the spiritual world builds itself, refines itself, and becomes tangible in our shared reality. Okay, so if culture is the spirit building itself, what does that mean for language specifically? How does language become, as you said, the manifestation, this other state of the spirit?
Well, think about it. If the absolute spirit is self-knowing, how does it express that knowledge? How does it show itself? It finds its ultimate expression through language. That's the key. So language isn't just a bit spiritual. Hegel argues it has all the properties of spirit. It's not just a feature of spirit. In essence, language is a spirit. It's the spirit made external, made concrete, so we can interact with it.
And I remember reading, preparing for this, that he doesn't just see it as a static thing now, but as a kind of living record, right? A historical thing preserving the spirit's journey. Can you touch on that? This idea of language reaching a highest step.
Yes, exactly. Language isn't just in the present, it carries the past. It actively preserves the memory of the spirit's entire evolution, like a history book of the universe's spiritual development and our human journey within that. It's almost like the universe's memory bank. And this highest step of language maturity he talks about, that's its ability to get beyond just pointing at things. It's reaching a level where it can express logical concepts, the absolute, the ideal. He called this the kingdom of names. It's this idea that things aren't fully real in our shared understanding until they are named. Naming isn't just sticking a label on. For Hegel, it's a profoundly creative spiritual act. It brings the I am, the essence of that thing, into being within our conceptual world. It's the spirit's first power, in a way.
That really changes how you think about just talking, doesn't it? It's not just a tool anymore. So if we take Hegel's ideas seriously that language is spirit, not just about how could thinking about its spiritual roots change things for us today? Our communication, culture, maybe even how we see ourselves.
It certainly invites a different perspective, doesn't it? We tend to focus so much on the practical side of language, getting information across, the cognitive stuff. But maybe we're missing its deeper layer, its spiritual foundation. If every word, every sentence participates in this grander spiritual unfolding, well, that makes conversation potentially a sacred act, not just data transfer.
A sacred act. That's powerful. So maybe something for you, the listener, to think about the next time you speak or even read something. Just pause for a second. Consider if you're doing more than just swapping words. Are you perhaps taking part in the spirit's ongoing revelation of itself? It's definitely a profound thought to carry with you.